Hello, it's Lindsay from The Vintage Button, and this is a bit of a bonus video. I mentioned in my other video that I was looking on my laptop at my YouTube channel and I noticed that you need a banner and I don't have one. So I thought today we'd have a little play and we'd make one. Now it doesn't mean that it's going to be the one forever. It just means that it'll be the one for now. And it's not going to be overly complicated. I might do some spraying with my sprays because I seem to be enjoying that at the moment. I've made 2 little paper fairies. So I've also reset my camera up, so I'm not quite sure about it. It's a bit higher, so I don't want everything to feel far away, although I have sort of narrowed it in. I just want to see more of the desk. So from what I can gather, this is the edge instead of that being the edge. So here we go. So what I have is, I don't know if I have said to you before, but I don't know if you've watched all the videos, but my 2 passions are junk journaling and slow stitching, and this is a snippet roll that I made, I'll wind it up, from a Gutterman thread reel that when it finished I just spray painted it copper, and then a piece of old denim fabric, and I made this sort of snippet roll or banner, the Vintage Button. And it actually I have like a, if you're British you'll know what I mean, an afternoon tea tray, like a tiered, you put 3 plates on it and you have your sort of your sandwiches, your scones and your fancies. It's like an afternoon tea plate, and I have it, it's a wire hoop thing, and I sort of hang this on the top, and it's where I put my strawberry pincushions and my little badges and stuff. When I have a craft stall, I put my slow stitching stuff. But I like it, and it is part, and I'm going to do some slow stitching eventually on this channel, so I thought that would be my slow stitching element in the middle. And it has my buttons. It has these little things are very precious to me, and some of the buttons are as well, because my great-grandmother-in-law, she'd be Lily's great-grandmother, my grandmother-in-law, who sadly passed away now, in Cape Town, when I went to see her and meet her 10 years ago, she gave me a load of her crafting stuff. So I just think it's precious, so I put 3 of them on there. So that's for Mom, as she's known, or Mimi. So there we go. So those are precious. And then we have this bigger bit here that I also want to make it into a sort of a snippet roll. So I've made, and I have had this in my stash because I made a few of them to actually store things on. And I have all kinds of things. I've got like ribbon and braiding on them, and they're just a loo roll tube that's been snipped along the side and then made narrow, just sort of looped into itself, glued. And then I've used the napkins when I don't use napkins, because I use napkins like images. So these sort of extra bits, took 1 ply at a time and just sort of went over it with my PVA glue, and then I painted it in black metallic paint from my watercolour, my hard watercolour palette, to sort of make this sort of gunmetal-y. It kind of reminds me, I'm from the northwest, very mills, sort of satanic mills of the north in the Victorian times, and it reminds me of like a reel from a cotton mill that would make fabric. It's got, I think it's this narrow thing in this bit here. It doesn't actually look like one really, but it just reminds me of that. So I have my big reel that's homemade, and I kind of want that to go on that end somehow. I don't know if it would be in the picture. This might be just how it's stored, so I don't know if we'll put that on and then that'll be actually on the banner on the channel, or perhaps it's going to go like that. I don't know. I just would like that to be on at some point. Whether that happens on camera or not, I don't know. So I'm going to use the bits that are just around me. I've got a cup of tea. And I want to make sure that these little fairies are alright. Put that one there. That one there. They can live there. And I'll explain why I'm doing it this way. So lots of people, they use, you know, like they go on Canva and design things and put things out, whereas I can, and I have done things like that even for work and other jobs, like sort of proper graphic design, but you know, like just made things that I've needed to make. But I don't want to do that with this. Part of the reason I've been doing stuff this very low-tech way is because I want to get away from screens, basically, which is ironic that I'm doing a YouTube channel. But I think watching YouTube's a bit different from actually like staring at a screen and doing. So yeah, so this is a bit of doily that I've dyed with my watercolours, and used my fire in the winter, sort of press it against the fire spark guard and they sort of dry instantaneously, but I am running low on them, so roll on the autumn when the fire goes back on. Now I'm having a lean to see is there anything else. Any other bits that I want to stick on here. So I've got some dictionary page. I've got some dictionary page. What are you? Gardening. Oh, I've got some Russian maths. Should rip those bits, like do some fussy ripping. Could do with some real old writing. What we've got here. Mr. Baskerville. Oh, that's October. That's going to go in a Halloween. It says October, and because it's Baskerville. I think I've talked about the Baskervilles before. So I've got that writing. That's from 1892. I could have printable stuff, but I think we'll just have real stuff at the minute. Oh, got some map. Got some more. So I buy all of this stuff either from Risley Barnes, which is near Bury St Edmunds and close to where I live. It's like an onion paper. That might work. I don't know how everybody. Thank thee. 2, 3 dances. Can't read that. That's alright, that can definitely, that's a lullaby that somebody's written. I think that's going to be my poetic thing for Junk Journal July. Just a little heads up. I've got all of this unreadable writing on onion paper, so we'll definitely have some of that. It's obviously a letter. "20 Last Cliff." I think that's Dorset or Docket. February 4th. No, don't know. Dear Amy. Dearest Amy. Or Annie. Amy or Annie. It's probably Annie actually. Anyway, so we're not going to use that. I don't think we're going to use the airmail thing. Lots of writing. What else is in here? So I do have random pouches like this where actually some of the ephemera came in a pouch and I've just put it all in. Is there anything I want? I don't really like cutting up old 1888. No, we're not cutting that up. Like, I'll scan that in then. Yeah, so some of these I've taken off. Like I bought some Victorian scrapbook pages, and it was just like 3 pages for £1.50, and I got so many bits of ephemera, like mountains of ephemera. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I'll definitely scan that in. That's very of our area. See, I live kind of like Cambridge, not in Cambridge, but near Cambridge. All the bicycles. Okay, this should be enough. Oh, I've got a graphics fairy rose. I might use that. But I think what I want to do, I'm always a bit, should I rip, should I not? Just do it, Lindsay. I feel bad about ripping something that's so old. But it was literally from somebody's house clearance. So these documents, I have quite a bundle of them. Come from a land dispute in 1892. Yeah, so somebody got married and they thought they were going to have some land, and then they didn't get the land, so they couldn't. They wanted to get a mortgage out on a property, and they couldn't quite manage that because they didn't get the land that was expected. So they sued. I tried to read them all. This is reading between the lines of things, and this is all like the kind of civil case correspondence between the solicitor. Well, they're all letters from the solicitor, so I'm guessing this is what the correspondence in the case had. Right, I'm just going to tuck that under there, so I'll find it at some point. So Mr. Onion skin paper. So this is probably later. This is probably in the 1900s, I think. It's very lightweight. There we go. We'll rip that in less obvious. That is very uniformed. Let's make it not. So I'm just going to make it like a bit of a snippet roll. This is from an old atlas that I think is like either early 1900s or late 1800s. Again, do you know some of these I've got for free because there's a charity shop and she just like they're overwhelmed with old books that nobody wants. I've not been for a while. Need to go back and remake friends with her probably. You can get old images from books for so many places. So many places. I can hear the water going, so I think that's my teenager who's finally got out of bed. It's now nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but there we go. She's on her summer holidays. Just done her GCSEs. So that's our school leaving qualification in the UK, and they leave school at 16, but they don't finish their education now until they're 18. So they go on to Key Stage 3. She'll be doing A-levels. They do all kinds of different ones. The more academic ones are A-levels, and she's quite an academic girl, although her subjects are not terribly, they're not sciencey. And maths, it's like English, psychology. I'm throwing my rubbish on the floor. And art, I think she's doing. I don't know. Well, I do know. Yeah. I might not rip that up completely. Okay. I'm going to use my Liquitex. I'm just going to rip one page of this up. So it's Russian. It looks like Russian maths stuff. And I got this from the local supermarket. It has that, and it actually has other books there that I know are in Russian. I've got a few of them. And we went last night, actually, on our way back from our date night. We called into the supermarket because, you know, we're in our early 50s. And they were still there, because I keep, every time I go past, I think, well, I'll just get another one. But I think I've got 3 of them. Perhaps I should get them. I don't know. Right, so I've got my big pile of ephemera, and I've got these. I think I might put those on as a last layer, even after I've done a bit of spraying. And I want to do a combination of like sticking stuff down and putting spray bits on and just make it happen. I'm using matte medium because it dries faster, and it dries matte, so I'll be able to put the sprays and stuff on and it'll be alright, basically. But we're just going to go layers here. Layers and layers and layers. I don't like that, even though it's like a really worn, well over 100 years worth of raw edge. I don't know if this ink will run. It shouldn't run. It's been there a long time. You know what I mean? I don't think it will. But I quite like that edge. Am I just... I don't know, Lindsay. I don't know. Downing Street, it's a bit topical. Got a new government. Let's hope they do better than the last. But we're not being political. No. Okay. So yeah, this morning I did my junk journal July page 15, I think it was it 15? Which was homemade. And I did lots of spraying and made a little paper fairy. I like making paper fairies. I want it that way, I want it that way. So yeah, so I'm just making almost like a masterboard, but not. Some of that onion skinny stuff. It's quite exciting. Oh, it's a bit see-through. It's even better. So the big page underneath is from a coffee table book that was all about stately homes. And I'm layering that on top of that. Yeah, I am. Yeah, so I'm not thinking about it too much because I've got that napkin to layer on the top. I'm going to put some sprays on. Just going to go to town. It's not going to be that complicated. It is just a matter of sticking stuff down. But I just thought it'd be good to make something. This might even get too big for that cotton reel. It doesn't matter. From what I can gather about a YouTube banner, is it's long and it's narrow. And I tried to look at ratios, and it was talking about pixels, and I'm like, I'm not dealing in pixels, I'm dealing in real life. So I'm just figuring long and narrow. And if I make it so that I'll be able to, like, because when I do the thumbnail, basically I finish the page and then I plop my little handmade things on the top of it and I create a thumbnail from that. Yeah, so I'm hoping I'll be able to resize it the way I can resize the thumbnail, which I think I probably will be able to do that. Don't know how far, I can't remember. So I'm still playing around with my little rig because I don't want to. I got some tax back, which was quite nice. I'm waiting for the HMRC to send it to me, and so I'm gonna. Well, I thought I would give this month a go, and then I would invest in some bits and pieces with this tax money. And so I'm working out what is it that I need, because I'm currently using an old phone, a Pixel phone, which is working. The actual video camera bit, there's twerks, there's things I need to tweak, and there's funny quirks with it. But I think overall, for what I'm doing, you know, I'm not vlogging with it or anything. I'm just sort of pointing it at the desk. So I don't think I need to invest that way. I'd like a printer. One that I can just keep printing on and not worry about the ink, you know, like one of those eco prints. And a desk chair. A desk chair? Yeah, a desk chair, like an office chair. So I don't know. Go quiet, Lindsay. I don't want to do, like, overdo it. I'm just thinking, like, how much more do I put on? So the idea is, and really I'm just setting it up for a photograph that I'll take on the camera here. So the idea is that I'm going to put my vintage button doobry here and make sure it's flat. It doesn't matter if it gets a bit of glow on the back. Make sure it's flat. Oh yeah, that's happening. I like that. Right, let's add some colour. So I've got this napkin-y stuff. I've got to go and put dinner on in a bit because my husband's gone off doing airsoft, so we'll be back wanting a bath and some dinner. We're quite egalitarian, there's times he cooks, but I said I will cook a Sunday roast. But we'll only eat about 6 o'clock, so I'm alright yet. Don't know how I'm going to do this. I think just take bits off. Straight pages with this, Lindsay. We do that. We do. So yeah, so I'm using my matte gel medium Liquitex thingamajig, what's it? I don't know the terms for stuff. I don't think I overly want to. Like, you get baffled by all the terms and stuff. Like, really technical terms for something that's not very technical at all. It's craft. And I don't know if the technical terms is used to sell you products. I suspect that's why you get all this technological, and so that you're part of the crowd if you like use the technical terms, when really it's about just creating. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it is anyway. But what do I know? I'm just a middle-aged mum. I do know what I like to do, and I know, you know, like where my ethical boundaries are and things. That's why I said I decided, and it's only this year, so, you know, I just decided I didn't want to buy any more single-use craft items. And I see all these things, I think, oh, that's really nice, and I think, no, I don't really need it. I don't know if I include these napkins, you know, like whether once they've gone, they've gone. They don't use as much plastic as there's like a plastic wrapper, because the plastic really bothers me. We try to, and we live in a place where it's really difficult to recycle. Like, you gotta pay extra to recycle your glass and stuff like that. But we try to recycle all the soft plastics and stuff. And we're not very, you know, like, we're not right on green or anything. We're like a steak. I guess it's all a universal, individual thing. So I don't know. I like the versatility of using these types of things. Do that there. That might be enough. Some of these on, or I'm going to spray it first and then I'll put some of those on. Yeah, let's do a bit of a spray. Then I'll heat gun it and then I'll stick some more bits on. Just put that lid on there for now. Okay, if we're going to do some spraying, we need to do some protecting. I'm going to put that to one side, that to one side. All these bits that will go into a scrap pile. Might make a big snippet roll with it. Let's do that. Do I want to protect my... I think I do. What have I got that I can easily reach? And proof that I do buy things from Amazon. Because, you know, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I do buy things from Amazon. I hope my address didn't go on there. I'm going to have to watch that my address didn't look right. Although I'm only getting like 20 people watching my videos, I've had some lovely comments and that's been very nice. And I have generally had a really good experience so far. but I've lost one of my little angels doing that. Come on. No, I might have done. Come down there, I'll find it. Okay. You can tell I've not really thought on any of this through, really. I just want the lighter, prettier. Might have a little bit of that purple because I liked. What's that? What's that purple? And there's an iridescent one that sprays out globby because it's very globby stuff. So we don't know about that one yet. Okay. Gonna go up higher so it's more misty. It's a bit like when you are working it out. Oh yeah, I like that. You know, like when you spray with an aerosol can, like if you're spraying furniture or something. That's what I've worked out that it's a bit like. Let's do a bit of that green as well. Oh yeah, bigger lumps. Yep. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. So if I go closer in, I get like higher concentration, whereas if I come out, making some great fodder. Like it. Okay, where's my heat gun? Well, here we go. Oh, I like it. It's got a little bit of dampness to it, but I think we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Keep that down there. Am I going to put any of these bits on? Like that. What do we think? Right, let's stick those on. So, don't know if you heard the phone beep then. It's the family chat from up north. Does anybody know where Noah put the drill? Probably. I didn't read it. I know there's something to do with the drill and our Noah. Not that I anticipate any of my Wigan fam watching this. My mum might watch it. She's got Netflix on her telly now. She can watch all the murder programmes. She falls asleep about listening to about like serial killers, and I never understood it until recently, and then I've got into true crime and I'm like, oh, I'm turning into my mother. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. I won't put it in the water yet. So we have that one, and then I've lost the other one. Did it just fall? Oh, it did. Fantastic. So we have the vintage button thing that's going to sit on there, and then we've got 2 paper fairies, which if you kind of know me at all, you know that I'm into my paper fairies. So keep them there. They'll have to go on. Just trying to think what other things that perhaps we might nestle in, not necessarily use in the photo, because that's, put that stamp, that can be stuck down. There we go. This is my it was my Junk Journal July stuff, and I didn't use it for the stamp day. Don't know why. Oh, that was it. I got the box of book stuff. I got a book that was full of Junk Journal July stuff. Full of stamps. Look at that one, Czechoslovakia. I think I like that bit better. Excuse my hiccuping. Oh, Romania, you have nice stamps. What's that? French one. You can go near Queenie. Luxembourg. What was that one? Oh, no. Oh, I should put a South African one on. But then it's a bit wrong colours. Austria. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. We'll see. So I have got like, these are old snippets from old kimonos. There's a shop up north that I get like scrap bags. Any bits in there? It's more of a slow stitch piece, that really. Look at that, like a bit of a butterfly. Love it. Anyway, I think we should add the proper vintage buttons on somehow. Don't think I'm going to be able to get the baby boy in and the button card, but I think that like that. So yeah, I think we might nearly be there, because all I want is a photograph that I can then put on my YouTube channel. and for the photograph to sort of like be representative. That's less interesting. No, that's a bit more interesting. So we've got these two little paper fairies. Use that bit of sticky. Stick that down. I was thinking she could go here. Yeah. And then this one could go here. What do we think? I think that that's it. I will be taking a picture of this and putting it up on my channel. I don't know how, I'll work it out. That's what this month's been about, is working it out. So I would love for you to join my little YouTube channel, my little fledgling channel. Hit subscribe, the little bell. Do the like and the comment thing. I love reading your comments. They're so inspiring and encouraging. Thank you very much. Do all the YouTubey things to help this little channel grow. There we go. Craft with me. Watch what I do. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me the names of things. I don't know the names of things. Just join in. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm going to shut up waffling now. Okay. Bye bye. Got a landslide of craft materials behind me. Bye bye.